What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today it's time to take a look at those starter decks which are coming out pretty soon. Starter Deck 22 is now out over in Japan, and that's lovely, and that's wonderful. We're happy about this. But that means it's time to start looking forward to Starter Deck 23, and 24, and 25, 26... 27, and 28. Yeah, we got another set of 6 starter decks. And basically what we've got here now is we've actually got a really nice high quality look at the box art. That comes from Amazon Japan. They've got them enlisted over there and they're all nice and lovely and this makes me happy. And then we can use that as an excuse to have a chat about these decks and how exciting we are. Now, one thing that's very important to note about these: they are not going to be exactly the same in the West and in Japan. Now, don't get me wrong, the actual set list of the decks is basically going to be the same. But in terms of the actual product, they are budget decks over in Japan. They are going to be 550 yen, which, I don't know, somewhere around like $3. It's not expensive at all. They're super cheap. The thing is, Japan does this. We don't. We don't have budget decks. Japan has a bunch of them. We don't. They come in very small boxes over in Japan that are basically pretty much exactly the size of the deck itself. Very little extra room. They look very small on shelves, but it depends what your shelves look like. Maybe they're better, maybe they're worse. Who knows? The point I'm making here is that in Japan, they are going to be budget decks where it is very literally just the cards in a small box for 550 yen, incredibly cheap, jobs are good 'un. That is not what we are finding over here in the West. That is not how the deck is going to be rolling over here. We are going to have it as a full price deck. So we've been told we're getting a pack of OP11. So when you buy your deck, you also get a pack of OP11. It's also kind of fun that we are getting them before Japan. We get these decks first, which is kind of cool. In Japan, we have a release date confirmed on the official website of the 28th of June. That is happening. That is completely official. We know exactly what the deal is. Yay. Whereas over in the West, we don't actually have a confirmed release date. It's just listed as June on the website, but we know it's going to be the 6th of June. Again, it's not actually confirmed, but we know the deal now. It's as good as confirmed. It comes from a distributor. So that basically means that 3 weeks and 1 day. I don't know why it's getting released on a Saturday in Japan, but sometimes products do. 3 weeks and a day is what we get with these before Japan gets them. And that's kind of a big deal, because it means that we're getting all of these exclusive cards before Japan is getting these exclusive cards. Now, it's not actually confirmed on either the Japanese or the English websites, but we are told from distributors that there will be 5 exclusive cards, brand new mechanically unique cards, in each deck. And to be fair, if we have a look at the last time we had these, which was Starter Deck 15 to 20, that is exactly what they had. They had a pack over here, despite being budget decks over in Japan. And they had 5 exclusive cards in each. So this tracks that we're basically getting the same thing again. Japan gets some budget. We get them more expensive with a pack. Oh yeah, and this time we get them 3 weeks before Japan, which is kind of awesome, because it means that we're not going to have settled this metagame before Japan gets hold of them, which is wonderful. I know a lot of people want that. Well, wonderful news. That's what we've got here. But now that we've got a look at the box art over in Japan, that means that we can actually take a good look at the artwork that we're seeing on all of these starter decks, and you can decide whether you like them more or not. Now, there's 6 of them coming out. The one I am personally most excited about is the Yamato. And the best way to explain this is very simply Starter Deck 1 Doflamingo. Starter Deck 1 Doflamingo was a good deck back at the beginning of the game. And then it kind of went away. And then it wasn't good for a while. And that was a little bit sad. And then Starter Deck 17 came out, and all of a sudden Doflamingo became just like a top deck in the metagame. So I'm just saying, any of these decks, and this is one of the reasons why these decks are so gosh darned exciting, because that could happen again. We could literally see exactly the same thing happening here, where we get a deck which was, alright before, maybe even not that good. And then we just get 1 or 2 new cards in these starter decks, and we are rolling. The Blue Doflamingo deck, starter deck 17, all 5 of those cards see significant play in Doflamingo. Like, literally all 5 of the new cards see significant play in Doflamingo. That is pretty gosh darn relevant now, isn't it? Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm so gosh darned excited about it. So, the Yamato deck then. This, of course, is dual color green and yellow. And we kind of knew this was the case anyway, but we can see the card frame here with the confirmation that we have got that dual color leader. And this is one, I was talking about it with Gavin on the live stream from Mulheim this past weekend. I hope you all joined in. It was awesome. And they made the point that this has kind of popped up, getting top cuts here and there since release. But it's not exactly been the best deck. It's got double attack, and activate main once per turn. If your opponent's got 3 or fewer life cards, give up to 2 rested Don to one of your characters. There is clearly potential here. Your leader's got double attack. You get to give rested Don as soon as you've taken a couple of life. Although I do suspect your opponent might be a bit less willing to give up life when you're playing Yamato for that exact reason. But still, I love this leader. I actually pulled the full art of this leader from my box of OP06. I am desperately hoping this one becomes good. One which I think might have the best chance of suddenly becoming good is actually Buggy. And I think we might be seeing a repeat with the blue starter deck here. Because what we've got with Buggy, also as a fun little side note, even though we can see it's blue, it does actually have the kanji for blue sitting up there. It says blue starter deck Buggy. That's kind of cool. But Buggy has consistently seemed like it's been just so close to being amazing, but not quite able to get over the line. Obviously, we know that the pre-release Buggy has ended up being a very good card, which has helped immensely. But we're still probably not quite there yet. Well, you never know. This could be giving us the cards we need. Buggy, of course, has that skill whereby you can rest 5 of your Don, trash the card from your hand to play a cross-skilled character from your hand. Any character for 5 Don. But really, let's face it, we're all building up to the 10-cost Buggy. Like, the 10-cost Buggy is a ridiculously good card. It's a deck built around that. If we can just get like 1 or 2 cards that help us get that 10-cost Buggy rolling a bit more efficiently, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, this could be kind of awesome. The red card is Shanks, and Shanks is a weird one, right? Because Shanks is, like, if you go by Limitless TCG, for instance, it is the number 1 deck in the format right now. Just judging by numbers and how it's doing in events, it's the number 1 deck in the format. But also, it never wins anything. This past weekend in Mulheim, it got second. There have been 6 regionals in the post-ban OP10 meta. Shanks has got second at 3 of the 6. Doesn't seem to win. Maybe there's cards in here which are going to change things. Shanks, by the way, is a leader whereby once per turn when your opponent attacks, you just give your opponent's leader or one of their characters minus 1k for the turn, just to ward off some attacks. Mono red, it's very good. While we're here, we do actually have the other 4 Emperors coming in as well. We've got Marshall D. Teach, your Blackbeard, which again, one of the top 3 decks in the metagame right now, along with Doflamingo and Shanks. And if anyone's paying attention, yes, all 3 of them have now been starter decks with alternate art leaders. By the way, I haven't actually said it, but I'm putting it up on screen here. The regular art, the full art, and the box showing the new artwork here, so you can decide which of the new artwork you like. And the new artwork we're seeing in these is kind of awesome. And what we've got from Blackbeard here is you don't get on-play skills, but it's got an activate main where you can trash a card from your hand and your opponent doesn't get on play skills. Very much a tribal deck. It plays some good black stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's largely very much a Blackbeard Pirates deck, and it's extremely good. We've got Luffy, just to finish off. Yes, all 4 of the 4 Emperors from OP09 are finding their way out here. And this is another deck. Now, right now, it's not particularly good, but we've seen some play and some love and some excitement from this. It's purple and black, and again, confirmed on the front of the box that it is the purple and black Luffy. And we've got Don X1, all your characters gain +1 cost. That's important for giving a bit of protection. And on your turn, once per turn, when 2 or more Don cards on your field are returned to your Don deck, you add a Don card active and a Don card rested. And then there's a bunch of Straw Hat Pirates which can put 1 Don back or more, so that you can put 2 Don back and activate this skill. And then we got Jewelry Bonney. And again, in Moorheim this weekend, we had a 9-0 Bonney. We had one player who went 9-0, and that was Jewelry Bonney. It's clearly a great deck. So now we get just a couple more tricks, a couple new cards, and all of a sudden things could be... We could see one of these decks, like legitimately, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, we could see one of these 6 decks actually becoming like the full-on best deck in the game because of the extra cards we get here. And if you think I'm exaggerating, Doflamingo, which might legitimately have become the best deck in the game after starter deck 17. But what we got from Jewelry Bonney is, on your opponent's attack, once per turn, you can pay 1 to rest one of your opponent's leader or character cards. So essentially, they attack, and then you rest another one of their characters to stop them attacking. You can see why that could get kind of annoying. So there we go. That's all you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these starter decks. Which ones are you excited about? Let me know in the comment section. Good us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.